pulse of the VI. Listen close and you will see why. The information will set you free. Stand together, never divide. Pulse VI.
But how is y'all's doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. I mean, life, and I'm hungry, but it's okay. That's
Oh,
how it's supposed to
Lord.
make you feel.
Every Saturday is the same story.
It seems like every day.
Every Saturday is the same
Because I'm a hungry person.
story.
You just like food.
Why don't you bring food to the studio? You come here
No,
between 2:15
She
and
started to,
2:20.
She started to. She
But
got
then
out
it
the
was
car.
like,
She
no.
was like, but then she felt guilty, which I like,
No, but I have chicken thawing out at home, and I also have salmon thawing out at home from since this morning. So as soon as I go home, as always, I do cook.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're
But
welcome.
She's
anyway,
off the junk. She's eating more healthy, so she's cooking at home.
I
She's
will-
off the junk, finally.
I'm off.
That's okay, Ben. Some out for the
block
healthy living. All for healthy
Block
living.
Robbie. Robert.
Say no to drugs, Binta. Say no to drugs.
Anyway,
You guys crazy.
how is y'all? This is enough about me.
It was a quiet week, minus the pending hurricane that didn't happen, which was good. I mean, the only thing
And
I
the
was
earthquake.
disappointed about is that I wanted it just to rain enough, because I had already announced on Thursday, if it's raining before I leave my house, I'm taking the day off. So I was a little disappointed that it didn't rain, because I just wanted to stay in bed.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a little more rain too. No
Yeah.
lie. I mean, but I feel like we were, I don't know.
But it was
I
windy that Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was.
And Thursday.
That Thursday night too, it was crazy
It was,
windy.
it was really,
Yeah.
really windy, and especially where I am, it's really bad. I don't understand. Like, I have to have someone come check my roof now, because I could have sworn
You
I
heard it
something
lifted up?
I don't know.
It was loud. It was
paranoia or
loud.
anything.
And I think a lot of people were just paranoid.
And then that earthquake, did y'all didn't feel it?
I didn't feel nothing. I was stumbling at the house
Listen, I
at the
was
time.
in my bed out cold sleeping,
It
but
woke
that
me
earthquake
up.
woke me up. But I was like, I didn't hear anything fall and break. I'm not moving.
That was my thing, because I closed my eyes. And like, I knew it was an earthquake, but I closed my eyes. I'm like, it'll pass. But then it just
It was
got
a little-
louder.
yeah, it was a
And
little
it was a
bit.
little long. So I was
Yeah.
like,
4.3, that's big.
that is huge. That is
Yeah.
huge. And this is the first time you will hear me say anything positive about this DDM app. It worked.
You guys get it.
I got that notification right there.
Yeah.
Before it.
I still
don't know,
haven't
there's some
gotten it.
And it doesn't
glitches.
matter where you are. It's good, especially for, people
Away, yeah,
abroad.
they know
You know
exactly
what's
what's
going
happening.
on. So
I
I
didn't get it.
encourage my whole family to get it.
I didn't get it.
It's not too late.
It's not too late. It is too late.
You got told. Yes.
1 week later.
DDM alert.
No, I didn't get the alert. I have the app.
But you have the app.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Your
encourage everyone to get
notifications
that.
on?
I have my
I thought you
notifications
meant
on.
you didn't have the app.
I don't know. I have a lot of complaints about it, first of all.
Oh, yeah?
But, I mean, it came through in the clutch that same time, because
Okay.
this was after midnight, and it came 4.3, possible. I'm like, okay, 2 minutes after, look, okay, yay.
You know the start preparing.
So, but from then, I was bragging, because that same picture I screenshot in our group chat. I
Yeah.
sent it to everybody.
okay.
Well, at least you guys,
Yeah.
most majority of people got the alerts, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Exactly. But to be honest,
Short
right?
bus.
To be honest, right?
be honest.
Let's be honest.
Be
If-
honest.
If an earthquake hit here,
Yes.
what the good does an alert?
I guess for
Let's be honest.
persons that
So
are
we
low
can-
line, because I mean,
Just in case there's a
in case,
tsunaami.
right? You know that you need to prepare
Okay.
with that
Tsunami,
running to the hill.
and the bigger it is, the
Okay.
more likelihood of there
I
being
was just
aftershocks.
testing y'all
Okay.
to see,
Okay.
how y'all would answer
Okay,
if
so-
an ignorant person asks that kind of question.
Okay, so now let me ask you another
I'm
question
not
on
that
top
kinda
of your
guy.
question. What's going to happen if, where would you go? Let's say you're sleeping, and then you hear an earthquake. What's the first thing you do?
First thing I do, check to
grab
see
the
if my son
kids.
is okay.
Yeah.
Grab him,
Grab him. Grab Nikki.
grab
and,
other people, run up the hill.
Yeah, but you're already up the hill.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to run and be moving. You
They
know
don't
that?
want you outside.
No.
Yeah.
You go in between.
So I just stay in the house and crumble and die?
You find a room with no windows.
What are you supposed to do?
What are you doing,
Stay in the
Blake?
house and crumble
What are we
and
doing?
die?
Get the safety, no matter where it is.
Yeah, get
No,
the
but you're not
safety.
supposed.
No, that's still steel and concrete. That can
Oh God, I don't know what to do.
Exactly. That's always been my fear. It's like they want us to go in between doorways. I build doorways, people. They're not that strong,
Oh gosh.
Sorry. Sorry,
know,
guys.
Me being me, sorry.
I don't know, because anyway, after Irma, I just feel like my house is a little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my house
Because
has
I
a
inspected
thing.
it this morning, and I feel like I see extra cracks.
Me too.
And I'm like, No, I mean, I got paranoid. I'm like, oh my God, I have to get the mason guy out here because he has to fix all these cracks. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know.
I know it's been the same for me. I don't know why, but I do think I've seen some cracks too.
Yeah,
Extra cracks.
I've seen extra. So
Or either that or my eyes kind of just.
and then remember we had quite a few earthquakes after Irma too, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't
we
remember.
had a couple.
That's a big blur.
Sure is.
Big blur.
No,
a
but we did
massive-
have
Yeah,
a couple.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah,
I
so I mean-
vaguely remember.
Can't
I
remember
don't know,
thing.
but I got concerned about the extra cracks. So I'm not liking them. So
See,
No one likes the extra crack.
no, because you know,
Crack
not
is whack.
crack is whack. You
Crack
guys
can
is
are
someone
right.
get him?
I don't know if is it the tan? You think it's the tan?
He don't came up here a little bit more chocolate. Don't know how to act.
I
It's the
say
extra
what I wanna
chocolate.
You know they do
The
say
extra
dark skinned
choc-
boys don't know how to
the
act.
extra chocolate in him. I'm telling you
Jesus.
guys, he's extra chocolatey.
Listen, Robbie's out here looking like matching with that little curtain we
I
have
was
back there.
I was on a roof, guys.
Yes,
Chilling.
you were.
I wasn't doing any work. I was taking pictures.
I saw those pictures.
Chilling. Rob
We saw
Caroline, ladies and gentlemen.
That was good though.
Yes,
What time is it in the BVI? It is
3:09.
not time for a break yet.
No, but
Ooh,
before we go on break,
ooh.
we do have an alert. We have Mr.
From DDM?
Well, no,
Oh, sorry.
no. This one, Visor is out searching for 83-year-old family member of mine.
Oh, seriousness,
Uncle
sorry.
Walter Todman. He is missing, has Alzheimer's, haven't been seen since about 8-9 o'clock last night in the Todman estate area.
okay.
And if anyone sees him, there's pictures of him on Facebook. Go to Visor. There's a link that actually, I'm telling you, Google Map, they have a Google Map link that actually tells you where they
Pinpoints.
thought they saw him last. So, you know, anyone keeps an eye out for Uncle Walter. He has Alzheimer's and, you know, we're concerned. We're
You
hoping that
guys
he's
know what he
safe.
was wearing last?
Yes. He was seen wearing a green shirt and black trousers. Okay?
Okay.
So
Green shirt, black trousers,
He's
Todman
83
area
years
people.
old.
and he may be confused, and we just buried his wife last Saturday. So
Does he have the beard right now? Is he
I
is he
can't-
without the beard? You don't
I'm
remember?
I'm not sure. Sorry.
Is this
tough.
from last?
Probably. I
Probably?
didn't go to the funeral last Saturday.
Okay.
That's
sorry.
tough. Whew.
So
But
if you guys see him, please.
If you see
please,
him,
please,
Just
please.
contact
Yeah.
Visor so
Yeah.
that and all the family so that they can, you know,
Yeah.
reach out and go help him.
reach out to, you know, someone.
That's,
just-
whew,
It's
Lord.
scary, yeah, but you know, Alzheimer's does that, and it's amazing because next week the Alzheimer's Society in the BVI is
Yeah.
having like a walk and activities in honor of getting
Okay.
the word out and stuff like that. So I mean, we have so many different ailments plaguing the society, you know, that we need to be, you know, more mindful and
Yeah.
yeah, it's scary.
It is scary. I found out about Alzheimer's from such a young age because my grandmother had Alzheimer's.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So from very, 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 very young, I was,
Yeah.
you know, I was able to understand it and blah blah.
Yeah,
I had a strong mind.
It's
growing up. So
amazing.
it's like
Yeah,
it's-
you do.
When you know dealing with stuff like other stuff and then had to deal with that, it just
That's
to me, it
gotta be
wasn't
hard
nothing.
because-
it wasn't to be
Yeah.
honest. It's hard now that I look back on
Okay.
it. Then I'm like, oh damn, that probably was hard for you.
Yeah.
How were you feeling back then,
Yeah.
Robbie? But it's just
You're
like
so
when I
funny.
think about it, it's like I just thank God that I
It's
was
a
strong and
lot.
it wasn't like anything that brought me down or had me emotional or just any reason for me to lose it in any kind of way.
It's a lot because, you know, it's like they're here today, and then next thing it's like, who are you?
Right.
Yeah, my grandfather, before he died, started to suffer a little bit with that. So, you know, it was hard watching him go from talking to you, and then the next second it's like, I don't know who you are. So, yeah, it's tough on families.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can imagine.
Yeah,
Since
So-
Robbie was 55 when he was 5.
yeah.
You
But
know.
you know, but he handled it like a champ, like only Robbie could.
I know.
He's like
And
a
even-
superhero over here.
These guys.
Don't hype him.
But he is.
He's in the doghouse.
Ooh.
But anyway, so Blakester over here. Blake
Yeah,
Meister.
you know, Blake always keep us on point.
So Blake would like me. And y'all know how I don't like when you're talking politics.
I know. I saw that picture. I was like,
I know.
no, he did.
Eyes long. I knew because I saw it. I saw it from the corner
My
of my
eyes
eye.
was like,
So basically, the NDP at large, what Vino says is NDP at large people. It hasn't been confirmed.
It hasn't been confirmed, but I think other news sites have
Picked it up.
picked it up also.
So basically, you have for education, you have Sandy Underhill. For something else, you have Trevor, and then you
Trevor
have
Grant, yeah.
There's
Trevor
one more
Grant.
person. Who's the other person?
The
I
other
don't know
person is
Oh yeah, Ingrid
Ingrid
Moses.
Moses, Scatliff.
So
Well,
what
no
y'all-
longer
what y'all-
Scatliff, but
I mean,
Ingrid
I'm here for
Moses.
the education and Sandy Underhill match. I don't know about that because I like the fact that someone in education who's actually an educator leading an education department.
Well, I mean, first you gotta get in though.
I mean, you know,
So, I mean-
we're all it's all hypothetics here,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that's if that's what it is.
That's
I
their
can't
at
stand
large.
him in
That's
that.
their at large team, right? That's who they're putting up at
Supposedly.
large. Right.
So I don't know what Trevor. I don't know what.
It's going to be an interesting political season in the BVI.
I mean, I could talk
say.
about this all day. I'm not going to study Robbie, but I can't vote. So the conversation between the two of y'all.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna stick to my guns and say I just want a coalition government. So I want everybody to go in and just vote from their heart and don't vote straight lines, because we see what straight lines does. Put us in a position where what. I can't say the word on the radio. My moms might be listening, but vote for a coalition government, people. We need action, and we need people to be held accountable. And when you give them an open checkbook, they write it like it belongs to theirs. Okay, I'm done.
Dr. Evil, any last words?
It's 3:15 in the BVI.
It's 3:14. Stop it.
It's about to be 3:15 in the BVI.
You want to keep
when I'm
repeating that,
finished-
Andre?
When I'm finished
He's doing
with
the
this
countdown.
sentence, it's about to be 3:15. Guess who we have in the building?
We're joined by one and only homegrown Hashim ThaDream, guys.
The dream.
The Soca Prince
I'm
is
telling
in the
you.
And
building.
he's, you're recording us. Might as well we say hi.
Hey.
Snapping us right now.
On live. He's on live.
He's live snapping us. Blake.
So
Pulse
he's on
VI.
live. We're on live here.
We're on live here,
So we'll all be back
and we'll all be back.
with.
Hashim ThaDream.
The dream.
You're so late.
Pulse VI. We're gonna take a official commercial break and pay some bills. We'll be right back. Caribbean Superstation 90.9 FM. Pulse VI, the heartbeat of the Virgin Islands. I had to look at Been to the short for that.
Pulse VI.
Pulse.
So lame.
You're lame. BVI chick said it.
Why would I say pulse and then you say pulse again?
You didn't say it.
I said pulse.
No one heard you.
Yes, they did. I'm on a mic.
Brinty, shut up. You're embarrassing me.
Oh wow, these.
Pulse VI, people. We have Hashim ThaDream in the building.
What's going on, everybody?
How we doing?
It's good to be here. Pulse VI. Let me tell you something. Y'all are like my connection to the Virgin Islands when I'm down in Trinidad. Every
Lovely.
Wednesday, I just tune into the YouTube, subscribe, bell notification, everything. So I'd like to see everything
We're
that's
glad
going
to
on.
hear
you know?
that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Share the love.
Welcome.
Literally. Okay. Everybody know you to do soca.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know, Hashim does soca, people. What did you start out doing when you first started?
Oh my
music?
gosh.
Let them know. I know.
We going.
But let the people know.
Church boy.
We going so far back. Okay, well, Benta obviously knows. Blake obviously knows. But yeah, I started singing and writing songs at the age of 15. So it's been over 10 years now. I started in that St. George's Secondary School class, 2009, 2010. Those were the generations that really boomed out, because a lot of local talent was blossoming at the time. Everywhere in the BVI was like just rap groups, and so I joined on the wave. I started writing songs and people actually started to listen. I was like, okay, this is like a thing, and I'm actually really good at it. And slowly but surely, I actually began to fall in love with it. And this was so weird because I never saw myself going down a musical path at the time. I didn't like music at the time, even though I could play instruments and stuff. It was like one of those things, parents force on you to do. But it eventually just came into my own, and so I formed a rap group called the Church Boys, and we were like the only gospel rap group out of all the groups that were everywhere, whether it was Vietnam, CB for life, you know.
Right.
And so it really blossomed from there, and because of the whole Top 7 at 7 wave
Right.
that was started by DJ Push Pop, local talent had a voice. So we had a very unique voice because we were on that rap wave, but we were doing it in the gospel way, by also singing R&B. So we were different, and we stood out. So that's how I really got my start in the beginning. So
Awesome.
Okay, so what made you stray from the Heads Out days with Church Boys
God, I don't
to
even-
basically do from rap? Because you did, you're doing
Yeah.
rap gospel, not
Yeah.
really singing soca.
Right.
yeah.
So
it
when
was-
did that,
It was a far cry. You said Heads Out. I can't tell you the last time I heard that name out loud.
You're welcome. Here
Wow.
for the reminders.
Yes, man. It really started in 2011. This was after I had left high school already, and the group thing was starting to die down. Everybody was becoming more solo. So all my friends had gone off to do their own thing. Jay Cav, who was a member of Church Boys, went to Full Sail, and shout out Wolfpack Entertainment, pick up yourself. And so I went to Trinidad because I wanted to experience Carnival. I had, for some reason, at some point, had written a soca song called "Ready to Jam," and I was like, it was just to test to see if I could do it or not, And my aunt heard it, and she thought it was pretty good. It's like, and she suggested to come down to Trinidad, and why don't we see if we can put you in some shows? And so I said, what I have to lose? So I took a semester off of college and went down to Trinidad, and it was a completely different scene. I mean, I'd been to Trinidad so many times because my mother's from there. I have a bunch of family down there, so it was like a second home to me. But to see it in this light, in entertainment, was completely different. It was a different kind of fast-paced life, especially when it came to soca. And so what I had that stood out for me was that I was ready to perform. I wanted to prove myself. So I started performing. My aunt took on as my manager, and she booked me in nightclubs. We got onto some fetes. I performed in school tours, and I started to meet all these people that I admired growing up. Even though I wasn't singing soca at the time, Destra Garcia, Bungie Garlin, Marshall Montano, and it was such a surreal feeling to be surrounded by people that whose music you loved and who you grew up admiring as a child, and to see them see you on a stage performing and recognizing you and giving you that clout was really what kind of transitioned me over into starting to really sing soca.
Wow.
Was there any difficulties that you could remember dealing with in terms of the transition of?
Yeah, there was definitely a heavy transitional period because in the beginning I sounded way more pop than I sounded soca. So I had like a pop phase after the whole gospel rap. So when I started to sing soca, it was very evident that it was more of a fusion thing, and I remember it very clearly because I ran into Bungie Garlin at a bar that same year, and he pointed that out to me. And he said, it's not a bad thing. You might be onto something. And I said, wow, okay. So I said, soca. And I went home that night, and I watched a Chris Brown interview when he had just launched FAME. And FAME was an acronym, I think, was forgiving all my enemies or fans and my everything or whatever it was. And I sat down and I thought about what Bungie said, and I said, soca with a twist, and I put that into an acronym, and it said SWAT, and I was like, that's awesome. That's gonna be my brand, soca with a twist. So I began to just start refining that fusing soca with elements of pop, but also as I guess I evolved it became a lot more island driven. So it would be more influenced, like you would hear kind of like maybe dancehall, a little bit of calypso, pop definitely. So I became a soca fusion artist, and when I moved down to Trinidad in 2012, Bungie Garlin had launched Differentology, which was this amazing soca crossover, and that's when the wave really started to hit, and soca started to evolve to become more, I don't want to say internationally pleasing because soca is already pleasing as it is, but it began to shift to a way that could be marketed outside of the Caribbean. So I realized from the jump that I was already on the right track. So, and that's really where I am right now today.
Okay. Cool. And I know you're in school right now. You're still pursuing.
I am actually going to be graduating. Yes, in November with my bachelor's in performing arts.
So congratulations! That's dope. Your mommy must be happy.
Thank you. Yes, yes, she is. Because I can finally get a job now.
Well, isn't singing soca a job?
Or not.
Yeah, or not.
Well, hey, yeah, singing soca is a job, but soca don't pay the bills when you're going to school. So,
okay, that's understandable.
It was definitely
that's the artist struggle.
That is the artist struggle, and it was definitely a struggle when I actually started university to balance performing soca and going to school full time. It was a chore and a strain to keep those grades up and as well remaining consistent in the industry that you're in. But I found a way to make it work, for the past 4 years, and now I'm free to do it full time.
Right. But if you had a chance to do it all over, would you change anything? Would you change the way things worked out or the path you've taken?
I don't think I would have, because I think this was the path I was meant to be on, even before I knew music was going to be my thing, and even back when I started rapping, because calypso was always a big influence in my life. The first song I ever really fell in love with was a song called High Mass by David Rudder, and it went like everybody had raised.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
It was actually the first song I ever performed on stage. Dr. Belgrave, my old principal. And convinced my mother to put me on a stage and sing that song for St. George's award ceremony, and I was terrified.
I remember that.
I was terrified out of my mind, but then when I hit the stage and the music started, it just flowed naturally.
It was you.
And even though I didn't know it then, I know now that it just clicked, and that was the real starting point of my musical career.
Which is pretty exciting. So my question still is, you're in school, you're studying performing arts, but that encompasses a whole bunch of stuff. What is your concentration, and what do you think? Because not a lot of artists stick with the going to school to get their degree for their talent, essentially.
Yeah.
So what do you think what's gonna make this a stronger thing for you?
It definitely makes me a more versatile performer, not just to sing in soca, because what I learned in my performing arts, shout out the Academy for Performing Arts, University of Trinidad and Tobago, class of 2018, we are the best. I concentrated in voice, so I began learning classical and Broadway music,
Nice.
which was always a different passion of mine, because I love to sing and act on stage. That was a whole different phase in my life, but I enjoyed it, and I really realized if I wanted to really do this professionally, I wanted to have the credentials behind it, because not everybody makes it to Beyonce's, Jay-Z stage, and so I wanted to make sure that I had something to fall back on if this was really what I wanted to do. So I'm glad that I'm now going to be having this degree and be qualified to either teach music in schools or to go abroad and perform in theater districts around the world. I have that experience and that training now to classically sing opera or Broadway, as well as to sing soca if that's what kicks off first. So it was definitely a blessing. It was strenuous, do not get me wrong, and many times I just wanted to say, I quit, I throw up my hands, and it was thanks to teachers and mentors, parents most especially, that I managed to stick it through, and I definitely believe that I'm a better singer and a better performer for it.
And I can actually I can back you up on that one because I've seen the Hashim from St. George's days when you first started out to how you sound now. You know, you see the same. And I say that with my friends. Yeah, with my friends too. They, you know, I tell them like
definitely.
from the little
from the when we start, when that generation started to where they are now, the few that are still in it, whether they went on to produce or they're still a performer like Monet or B-More, their sound is completely different from how we sounded
back
5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, we've definitely come a very long way. It shows the work that you put in. There's not something that you do for a little bit of fame or you want to be popular or you see the music videos and bottles popping in the club. It's something that you do because it's a passion.
It's a passion,
you know, and you want to send a message to the world, whether you're rapping, singing, opera, or whatever kind of genre. When you go on stage, you're there to share something with people, and you share a bond with them, even if it's just for 5 minutes or it's a 3-hour concert. You become involved in a different kind of world, you know, for like just the for whatever amount of time you're on stage, your job is to make people feel that anything is possible, whether it's having fun to the maximum ability or giving you the belief that you can go out and change the world. That's what music does to people, for those who listen to it, and more especially to those who perform it.
Wow.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of our day. We are here with Hashim ThaDream. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3:30 in the BVIA. We are here at 3:30.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Boy, you're not getting away with nothing today.
We went to private school, Swain. We were taught to speak.
I'm sorry. It's 3:30 in the BVI, and we're going to go on break. You're here with Pulse VI, the Caribbean Superstation.
Pay some
Heartbeat.
bills.
Look at you.
We're going to pay some bills and be right back. We got Hashim ThaDream in the building. Pulse VI, we'll be right back.
Pulse VI.
Pulse.
VI.
Oh, you went back for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're here with Pulse VI, the heartbeat of the Virgin Islands on the Caribbean Superstation 90.9 FM. Just want to say shout out to Blake, who always does a wonderful job.
Yes,
being our videographer, photographer, editor, and every single thing. Hopefully one day we can start paying him.
Hey, connect with us if you'd like to advertise.
Yeah. Connect with us if you'd like to advertise on Pulse VI. Check us at pulsevi.wpe@gmail.com. All right, back to Hashim ThaDream.
What's going on?
So go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So what's going on? Like, what do you have in the pipeline? What you're working on?
Right now, I'm working on my Soca with a Twist EP, which I think is now evolving into a Soca with a Twist album. So right now, I'm incorporating my soca elements as well as my crossover songs from the past year, and I'm hoping to release it sometime in 2019.
In time for Trinidad Carnival, or
hopefully, if not after Trinidad Carnival, you know. So
will you be performing?
Your first Soca with a Twist was a mixtape, though, right?
Yes, it was a mixtape that Mr. Swain was kind enough to lend his voice to for some
He's
monologues.
so talented, I tell you.
Some monologues, yeah.
I was wondering why he just, he forgetful, but he said that so nicely. I get it.
Oh no, yeah, that was a really good time. It was a really good time working on him with that for that mixtape. Yeah, the first Soca with a Twist mixtape came out in 2012, just after I moved to Trinidad.
Okay.
So now and since then it's just been consistent singles year after year, but I'm now ready to compile an actual project again. Now that from then to now, looking back, sometimes when I listen to the songs I made then to the music I'm making now, I can hear the difference in my voice, you know, and I definitely want to now bring that forward, and as a full artist in the industry, fully graduated, credentials, all of that, whatever, as a full to perform on to push my first project out into the industry.
Awesome.
You know?
It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. So I'm actually here shooting a video for one of the songs that's going to be on that album, where I brought back an old friend, Cameron Gordon, to sing on the song with me. And so we're shooting a video tomorrow on Josiah's Bay. Y'all free to come if you want to. You know, it's going to be a nice beach party vibes, you know. So
nice.
yeah,
Can you tell us the
definitely.
name of the song?
The song is called Body Good.
Body
good.
Okay, body good.
Yeah,
Body
yeah.
good.
Don't have
Yeah.
to tell me what that's about.
I was gonna say we're gonna have some bodies.
Hey.
It's on the beach, so
Yeah,
some
it's on the beach.
some
You know, so yeah.
half-dressed bodies.
Yeah, come show us. We don't have Pulse VIA bathing suits yet, do we? No.
No, they're coming. Listen, listen to me. They're coming.
All right, then.
Even if not bathing suit, body color.
Yeah, I've thought of that.
Hey, see?
Yeah.
Hashtag trademark.
Hey, all the designers out there,
Hit us up.
hit us up.
Yeah.
We'll get you on the map.
So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I also just recently joined a band in Trinidad.
Oh, wow.
Just after my last semester, they hit me up. They appreciated my talents and they asked me to come and audition to be on the front line for their band. It was it's a Soca Caribbean band and it's called the Art Form Music
Okay.
Academy. So I've recently just come on as their frontline singer along with another Trinidad artist called Flippo, who's now goes by the name Azaria. So shout out to the Art Form band and of course to our female singer Femi Baptiste. So
Nice.
You guys gonna be just touring in Trinidad or the whole Caribbean?
well, yeah,
or?
this will be our first year as a band performing
Okay.
in the carnival season. So the general plan is of course to gain traction so that we can then move from Trinidad to start performing around the Caribbean.
Sounds good.
So you're
and probably
saying-
outside, sorry, and probably outside because Caribbean carnivals are so
Yeah.
big in
Yes, they
Canada,
really are.
in
Right. London,
DC,
everywhere.
in
Yeah.
London, in New York.
And that's what I love about it, that the whole carnival vibe is not
Yeah.
just a Caribbean thing because everywhere you go,
yeah.
you find Caribbean people and we bring our culture with us.
Yes. True.
So it'll be good to get out there to those people
Nice.
out there.
It's pretty
Nice.
cool. Are you
Yeah.
gonna be performing at Carnival?
Yeah, definitely. There's so many things that go on during the carnival season. The carnival season, literally,
How long is it anyway?
it all depends. In Trinidad, it all depends on when Ash Wednesday falls.
Yeah.
So when they say Carnival Monday and Tuesday and then Ash Wednesday, on Tuesday night, Carnival is done.
Right.
Everything shuts
Everything's
down.
finished.
No more fets.
Yeah.
That's it. So whenever Ash Wednesday falls, that's when Carnival. The Monday and Tuesday before that is when Carnival starts. So this year, next year, it's going to be falling in March. So it's going to be a very long season.
Oh.
So anything can happen.
Right.
Breakout songs, new artists.
And you guys
never really
party
know.
hardy.
Hey, listen.
Is no carnival like a Trinidadian carnival?
Nah, I can honestly say that.
Yeah.
Legitimately, Trinidad
Fet
is
is
the
fet.
pinnacle. Fet is fet.
Yes.
Fet is fet.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, there'll be fets all over the place. So the band and I are hoping to be hired for definitely multiple gigs
Nice.
around the season. So
That's pretty cool stuff, bruh.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Man. Wait, sorry, a random question just popped in my head. Do you have to do like English and math and stuff like that right now? No?
Oh,
No, I just always wanted to know.
a lot. Well, we had to take
Your
a math
Play like
a
a
math
prereq.
course
Yeah.
and a communications course, which was
Which made very important.
Listen.
It's important though.
It's important. Lord.
A lot of writing.
A
But
lot
in my
of-
art school was the same thing. We had to take history of
You have
art.
to
we had
do
to take
the-
English.
yeah.
We had to take
Yeah,
math.
the history of the arts and stuff that I can always fall behind, because it was more concentrated in the field. But when you take me full out of my element into a math class, and I'm just like,
Do I need this?
I really need this.
Do I really need this?
All I needed to know is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's all I need to know. Right? I don't need to divide my beats and solve for X on the stage.
But that's a good one.
You know?
Divide my beats.
Divide my beats, solve for X.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, we did have that going at the university. So yeah.
Who do you see yourself or who do you want to perform with? I know you've had a lot of links. You've spoken to a lot of people in the industry.
Yeah, definitely.
We see your pictures.
Yeah.
We know you meet them.
Yeah.
Who do you see yourself working with, or who are you going to be working with that you can mention to us?
I can't mention anything now because I'm not sure if it's happening yet.
Right.
So, but definitely, the pinnacle would be Marshall.
Right.
Of course, the king of soca himself.
Right.
And I've always admired Bungie for his lyricism. So to just be featured on a song with him would be awesome. But there's a whole different generation of wave coming up of soca with the likes of Voice, Pretty, Irfanals, Nyla Blackman, who that new generation of soca
Right.
that's starting to find their own, because the big names aren't going to be the big names forever.
Right.
Eventually, the mantle has to be passed on.
Yeah. To
Obviously,
someone else,
yeah, obviously there will be legends forever, but they're not going to be
Out there performing and
all the time.
the
forever.
ones people are calling like, hey.
Yeah, we need you here.
They have to
Yeah.
create their
Because
Frankenstein.
right.
Eventually, whenever that sad day comes and we don't ask Destra back to Tatola,
Right.
you know, I would like to hope that I can come back and take
Yeah.
that
Right.
place.
Well,
You
I mean,
in place of
well,
Destra?
But I never said it had to. That was cool. That was cool, sweet. But I understand what you mean.
well, but I mean, that's a good point because, you know, being homegrown still.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, you know, every year not being asked to come back and perform? I mean, do you want that? Do you hope for that? I mean,
That is
not waiting for
something, yeah.
Destra to not come anymore, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
Another broken foot.
you've already kind of make a name for yourself in Trinidad, and
Yeah.
you know, this is home still.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this definitely is still home. And every now and again, I do come back and showcase my skills. You know, it's been about maybe 2 years since I performed in a BPI.
Soca Monarch it was?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
Soca
I
Monarch was
remember
the
that.
last,
That
was the last
yeah.
one. So, you know, and every time I come back, it's to show that this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm learning and what I'm evolving into as a performer. So by the time I know that this is... I've reached my pinnacle where they can call me back. I will happily come back home and say,
Right.
yeah, this is me and this is what we are doing and how I'm representing the BVI in the music world.
Sounds
You know?
good.
Well, I'll tell you here, buddy. We in the BVI, we only wait till you get famous.
Yeah.
oh gosh,
We will
oh,
wait till you
gosh.
get famous.
Yeah.
We will have you back. Just so you know.
We have
No
to,
problem.
we need to change that.
You
though.
will be back.
Not a problem.
Just know.
Not until you get famous.
Stop this man.
No, I mean he speaks the real. He speaks the real, and I understand.
I speak it really.
And I understand where he's coming from because that is the industry that we live in. Whether it's Tatola or whether it's Trinidad, it only matters if you have
Yeah, that's
a
how
name.
Caribbean
Right.
people
Because
are.
It's just how the
Yeah.
Caribbean people are, you know. Monet was doing a thing for the longest while, but in the past year and a half, she's been the biggest thing, you know. And so
Right.
they're asking her back all the time.
Again,
everything in this time.
where does Monet perform most of the time?
Yeah,
No.
Atlanta and States,
No. Where does Monet perform most of the time? Not in the BVI. USV.
US.
Yeah,
So here we are again
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
yeah.
So
Forgetting our own.
when she get bigger again, she'll be back here
And I
more
think
often.
one of our problems is like is only every time someone has an event that showcases local talent, it's always this one individual.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't name nobody.
Right.
There's always this one person, and that let's just leave it there. There's
Yeah.
always one. I was gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard. I mean, because I know that, you know, the promoters don't necessarily look for the local talent.
Yeah,
You know,
They don't want to pay.
and
you don't
if they
want to-
get the local
Yeah.
talent, they want it for free.
Right.
Exactly.
Because they
You know,
figure you ain't
which-
make it nowhere
Right.
yet. So
Exactly.
And it's unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they think
unfair.
they think they're doing you a favor.
Right.
Right.
You know, and that's
I want to return on my investment.
yeah.
Well,
what I'm
I
saying,
mean,
yeah.
but we have a lot of local talents that are building a name for themselves. I mean, not just locally in
But,
the
yeah.
Virgin Islands, both US and British, but
Right.
outside they're doing great things.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so it has to start with us believing in our own and putting that money
And demanding it all.
and you know, that's one of
Yeah.
the things that I was concerned about with festival. I felt like we should have had much more of the local performers
of
who
it,
are
yeah.
out there putting the BBI on the map
Right.
performing this year.
Yeah, and it's not just those of us who are outside doing it, but even those here who've
Yeah.
been doing it for
For a
the
long
longest
time.
while.
Definitely.
Especially when it comes to festival, always have that trouble with that clout, with that royalties, with the money.
Yeah.
You know, when the international artists come, they're here because you've already paid them half of what they're expecting.
Right.
You know,
That's
so
true.
you will pay them the rest after they do their show. You know, but meanwhile, the local ones here wait months
Right.
to get the first deposit.
to get
And,
their
and
first
plus,
deposit.
the locals don't come with
You
these
know?
ridiculous riders. You know what I'm saying? So it's a win-win for us to invest in our locals because we don't have to put them up in these lavish hotels and get special fruits and special water.
No,
and
you don't
all
need
these
you don't need all that.
different
All
things.
you need is just to recognize that this music thing is not a hobby.
Right.
This is for some people it's a lifestyle, it's a livelihood. It's their
a
bread
job.
and butter, it's how they pay their bills,
don't
it's how
get
they
paid
provide
for
for
it.
their
Right.
family.
Mm-hmm.
So when you call me out and tell me that you come in for the exposure, I don't need to come out for the exposure.
true.
I need to come out because this is the job that you're
My
asking me
hustle.
to
This is
do.
what I need
Right.
to do.
And if it's a job, I expect to be paid as an artist. You know?
Right.
That's
So-
a good way too.
And it's not just a BVI. Yes, it has its problems, but
Yeah,
even
it's
in
everywhere.
even in Trinidad, it's its own
Yeah,
problems.
everywhere.
It's a carry. I think
It's
it's how we,
everywhere.
yeah.
Everywhere. It's everywhere. All
It
over
is
the
everywhere.
wall.
Even in the U.S., you
Even in the
get
US.
Yeah.
But guys, it's 3:45 in the afternoon. You're here with Hashim ThaDream and Pulse VI, the heartbeat of the Virgin Islands. We're
Pay
on
the
Caribbean
people them.
Superstation 90.9 FM. We're about to go pay some bills and be right back.
Pay the people
Hey,
We'll
help
be
us
right
pay
back,
bills.
guys. Pulse VI.
Pulse VI.
We are back on 90.9.
You forgot,
Know your
you
place,
forgot the
John.
drop.
Know your place.
Because I knew he was going to do it. He's gonna go, we're back on 90.9. We're here with Hashim ThaDream, BBI chick.
These two are having, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, what is it with y'all?
I
Y'all need, to
don't
get,
know.
y'all need to get along.
Been hated, Mr.
Because he has two alter egos. Some days I speak to Robbie and some days I speak to Robert.
She's making this whole alter ego thing in her face.
So today
In her
it's a
head.
mixture of Robbie and Robert. So it's just Rob.
So,
But anyway,
Yeah.
so we're back with you. So there's one thing I want to mention. So on X Factor, UK X Factor.
Yes.
Do you know the video I'm talking about?
oh yeah, definitely.
So you saw how viral that went worldwide.
saw.
With.
I
Do you
definitely
think that
saw.
you would get to a stage where you would go on one of those competitions and kind of do what Ola did and step out? That's something I've never seen on any show.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that to me personally, yeah, it was great, but it was so watered down.
It was, wasn't it?
It was so watered down, and they enjoyed it anyway. Because if you really see how Olatunji does get on when he performs on the stage, it's this big deal. He's very, very active with his body.
Right.
He brings out his dancers, and he gets it done. When he did the Soca Monarch in 2015 with his Ola singing his name over and over, that was a production. That was a big production where he sat on his throne, and the entire stage was gold with lights, the outfits, So what he did on the X Factor was
really-
great,
yeah.
but it was so watered down.
Wow.
And they loved it anyway, which shows that soca music does have what it takes
It transcends.
to be international. It
Oh,
transcends past the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It is the genre of life and fun in music. You know?
Right.
Right.
Whenever you think soca, you don't think about depressing things. Even if you're talking about
Yeah.
a love song
Yeah.
or being cheated on, it's always twisted in this fun way.
In a happy
In
way.
a happy and fun way.
I like how the love song went under the category of a depressing. Sorry, I couldn't.
So, but when you switch it into soca, you can make it so happy,
Right.
and that's one of the reasons why soca is my favorite genre, because it's so uplifting, and anybody that you play it for will at the very least be tapping their feet and feel a kind of way.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
I
did
think-
say it was watered down.
Yeah,
But it was still so good.
it was watered down. It was still so good. Even Tunji said himself that he could have sung a little bit more when I watched a post interview with him, and yeah, so he himself knew that it was a watered down production. But now that he's moving forward in the competition, he'll get to give them more
Exactly what
Right.
of it,
Yeah.
His
and
true
give them
self
that
will
taste.
come out
His true self will come out, and
eventually. Yeah.
I'm expecting to see those things that he usually does when he performs in Trinidad.
Cool stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
That's cool. So, where can persons find your music?
All my social media is at Hashim ThaDream. HASHIMTHA
Da.
DREAM.
That's spelled correctly.
The
Dream.
THA.
The Dream. Yes. Like you
That.
spell Lil Wayne's The Carter. Yeah, it's The Dream.
The Carter.
Right?
That.
So Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
Hashim ThaDream.
MySpace. High five. Not high five.
Black Planet. ChristianSingles.com.
Christian Mingle.
Stillsingle.com.
I'm over it.
Yeah, they're on a different vibes today. I'm not sure what's up with them.
God.
Yeah. You can find me all of that. I have my songs on iTunes. My recent single Yo Yo featuring System 32 is on iTunes.
Yo-yo?
Yeah.
How does that go?
Tongue and come up like a yo-yo, baby. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Tongue and come up like a yo-yo, baby. You have the design to give me the perfect wine. So, gal, just go down, go down, go down, go down. Tongue and come up like a yo-yo, baby.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good. Tell them what you're doing tomorrow and tell them where they can get more of this.
So tomorrow I am shooting my music video for my new single coming up, Body Good, featuring Cameron.
Body Good.
On Josiah's Bay at the Surf Shack. And if you want to come and party and have a good beach vibes, come down and enjoy yourself. Come and meet me. We can hang, we can lime, have a little drink, take a swim. DJ Fuego gonna be on the ones and twos.
Wow.
So it's gonna be
a party.
It's a party. It's a party.
What
Come
time?
out and have fun. 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, people.
after
just
church.
After church, get your Sunday lunch, roll around, come to 3 o'clock, and we can have a good time.
Nice.
I think we'd always say on a Sunday after church.
But hey,
If everyone is going to church.
hey,
And then
we are
he
God
did say after
fearing.
church lunch.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Sunday lunch.
Sunday lunch.
Brunch.
Sunday lunch is important, Robbie.
After
That
brunch.
is Caribbean life wherever you go.
Yes.
Also, lunch
You
is
know?
important. Okay.
Lunch is
Got it.
important. dog. Come on.
I got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be me saying for the 100th time, someone needs to stop Rob.
Anyway, we have 7 more minutes on Pulse VI.
Wow.
It's been great.
It has been great, you know.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been good to be back among my people, especially after you know, I wasn't here, and the thing that really inspired me and what really says that, you know, my home is amazing. You know, like we are the real life Wakanda. It is the
I like that.
Is the resilience of our people. You know, everybody was just happy to be alive, even though
Yeah.
things were in a disarray. People just got right back to work like it was business as usual. Yeah, things have been tough, and I've seen things are tough, but looking at where the BVI is compared to where it was
Yeah.
a year ago, that's progress. And that just shows the resilience of the kind of people that we are.
True that.
You know?
For sure.
Omar came, Omar left, we still here.
Still here.
You know?
You know, a lot of people have made like little songs about Irma.
Yeah, there's been quite a few.
There's
very
what's
few.
those the lashing dog? That's what they call those type of
Lashing-
style. What's that
oh,
style
Lash
called?
and Dog. That's the
Fungi?
Fungi
Fungi
music.
music.
Oh God, come on, Benta.
What's that style called?
I know who the lashing dogs are.
Hey, the young people then.
Anyway, so they did Irma Maria. Irma Maria.
Oh,
Something.
Lord.
This
haven't
song.
heard that.
My favorite was the freestyle Foxy did on his guitar.
Oh, he's
And he
anything
Yeah,
he does is
he's-
usually
he's
pretty
awesome. Yeah.
He just sat down and sang about Oma as a woman, and
Yeah.
Sister Maria came after.
And then Jose was coming.
Yeah.
They all said all types of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so good.
I enjoy that, you know, and that's the beauty of Caribbean people. Once we live through it,
something, yeah.
once we live through it, we can make a song about
Yeah.
it and
Yeah.
keep it pushing. There was an earthquake in Trinidad last month.
Oh
and
yeah, that was
yeah,
really
how was
scary. That was scary.
It was, yeah. I saw the videos. I wasn't there at the time.
Okay.
But I saw the videos. There were big cracks in buildings.
Yeah,
and
buildings
but
and
actual
The
highways
roads,
was moving. I think I even saw a video of somebody caught a snap of one of the keys off the coast where like a chunk of land just fell into the
off.
sea.
Wow.
But by the morning, everybody was. Matter of fact, I couldn't even say by the morning. By maybe 3 hours
Nighttime.
later,
Yeah.
nighttime, everybody is like, okay, we back on the block. We lime in. We taking a
Life
drink.
goes on.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we said I saw this meme. I said aftershock, the lime on the avenue. And I was just like,
I like that.
I was like, oh God, Trinidadians. Once they know that everything
Everybody's
is all right,
good. Yeah.
we're gonna go out and have a drink
you
and
live
have a
your
good
life.
time.
Hey,
You know?
it's
Can't
short,
worry
so
all
you
the
have to
time.
live it to the fullest.
It is short.
ain't
Going
gonna
back
turn
and forth with you.
I'm just grooving.
Hey.
Confused.
It's been a grooving type of day.
Oh Lord.
These guys are hilarious.
All right, guys.
can't stop
It is
laughing.
3:57 in the BVI.
Ooh, Lord.
But I don't know. This is the first show that we looking for things to talk about in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah,
of just
because
stopping.
Because we keep laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are crazy.
No, it's not. No, let me tell you exactly what it is. This is Mama Bear. We've got
I see
Mama
that.
Bear, right? And then you've got the stepchild.
Stepchild. Wow.
Then you've got Daddy over here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's usually the one. Every time we're overboard, he'll come. I said, Blake, I see. He'll come again.
Then you got the
Blake, I
crackhead
see.
auntie over here.
Oh, bruh. You can't disrespect my alumni like that, dog.
They
Come on.
keep me
St.
young.
Joseph.
They keep me
Come
young.
on. St. George's.
These three, St. George's.
Yeah, you can't do that.
St. George.
St. Thomas.
Do you see what I have to deal with every single time?
I see
All right,
I see a
kindergarten,
prayer
St.
for you.
George's, does that count?
We're not talking about that.
I say a prayer for you, Binta.
No, because I don't know. He always put me on the spot. That's why I'm trying so hard to put him on the spot today.
Lies.
Hey.
Always embarrassing me.
Try harder.
And then when you come in here with that first endorsement, when you're gonna be like maybe Carib sponsor, and you guys gonna just
Speak it
have to
out.
be facing
Speak it
off.
out.
Cause Carib
I'm
referee in the middle.
I'm too bougie. I'm gonna have to be like a
Ginger ale.
rosé or
Like that
something.
ginger ale or something.
Like a rosé.
let's talk to let's talk to Kevin and make something happen.
His vein is popping out of his head.
Oh Lord.
It's not that funny, Robert.
You know it's real.
I'm over,
You know it's
you
real.
guys.
Anyway, Kevin, if you're listening, I would be happy to be your sponsor
For
ginger ale.
Ginger ale. Not ginger ale.
And there you go. That's how you put
Wait,
things.
rock or Canada Dry?
Oh yeah.
Canada
That's-
Dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
We know the good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. At least you have.
Really go with the
At
real
least you- I
I think that's
stuff.
Road on Wholesale. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
So. I think
Oh,
Canada
Lord.
Dry is-
Canada Dry and Red Rock is
White Rock.
White Rock, I
I
think is not.
I'll do White Rock for you.
I
How
think
much?
that's cool.
But
Okay.
anyway, you guys, it has been such a good show.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
for
for coming
coming.
through.
Of course, it's a pleasure. I can scratch this off my list for the year, and I can go back
Off
and
the
say,
bucket list.
Yeah, boom. I was on Pulse VI with the Swain and the chick and the African chick.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. I
I
love
was
it.
waiting to see what he
it.
was gonna say.
I love
Yeah.
it. But you know he's a lyricist, so
Yeah.
they don't have to think too
They don't
much.
think-
It just
yeah.
rolls off the tongue.
Oh
Binta,
God,
Binta.
nah, it's been real fun. Thank you guys for having me. You know, thanks.
Welcome
Caribbean
back
Civilization.
anytime.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Keep
And
us
you
up
know,
with what's going on.
Oh,
I
yeah?
hope you can be Josiah's way tomorrow.
Yeah, I will
So,
try. Yeah, most
yeah.
definitely.
Alright.
I'll be off island.
Oh, yeah, you
I have
will.
a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
funeral, so,
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
condolences.
Thanks.
Yes,
So,
man. So, you know, it's been your boy, Hashim ThaDream, Mr. Soca with a twist.
So cover that twist. You guys, I got it.
She got it.
I forgot. Okay, I forgot. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, guys. It is 4 p.m.
Oh yeah, guys,
exactly.
it is 4 p.m. exactly. You are here with Rob, Hashim ThaDream, BVI Chick, and Binta, and we've got Blake behind the scenes. Tune in next week, 90.9, 3 p.m. sharp. We'll see ya.
We're out.
We be the heart of the VA. Feel the pulse and you will see why. Where I from, we do it B.I.G. On each other we could rely. Feel the pulse of the VA. Listen close and you will see why. The information will set you free. Stand together, never divide. Pulse VI.